Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today, I know I usually do like videos with just like music in the background and where I'm not talking or anything and really explaining on what I'm doing with my makeup. So today I decided that I was going to actually talk through this and actually tell you guys what I'm doing with my makeup and what products I'm using and like kind of how they work, kind of I guess a mini review while I'm doing it, just to change things up. I'm tired of like listening to music while I'm doing it. So I'm just going to talk to you guys, tell you how I like these things, and just show you how I apply it and everything and the different techniques that I use. Again, like some of this stuff might not work for you. This is just what works for me and how I like to do my makeup. So yeah, if you want to see, I don't even really know what kind of like makeup look I'm doing. I'm kind of just rolling with the punches really. So if you want to see what I come up with and if you want to see how I apply my makeup and what I'm using, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, okay, so the first thing that I like to do is I like to clean my hands, and for this I just use regular old Germex, just because I don't like doing my face with dirty hands. I do wash my hands before I actually do my makeup, but I also like to do like a squirt of this just to make sure my hands are like extra clean. You don't want any germs on your skin or nothing like that. Okay, so after I do my Germex, I really like to prime my face first, just so that that can just be soaking into my skin while I'm doing like my eye makeup or something like that. So for today, I'm going to be using the Revlon Photo Ready Perfecting Primer. This stuff is literally amazing. If you have oily skin, this is the primer for you. This is from the drugstore. It is pretty expensive, I think. I got it from Walgreens. It was like 11 bucks or something like that. But seriously, this will keep you matte all day. Your oils will not come through your face. You will not look greasy or anything. Like, this is the best primer I've ever used in my entire life. And I kind of just apply this in swiping motions like this. And I kind of really pack it in the places where I get really oily, which is right around here on my chin and on my forehead. But you can just get as much primer as you need. So up next, I'm really kind of excited to talk about this. I not recently actually, a long time ago, I got this foundation, the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. Okay, let me tell you a little story about this. So when I first got it, I put it on my skin and I absolutely hated it. It was the worst thing ever created. I thought, I was like, I just might throw it away because I'm never going to use it. But recently, since I got this new primer, the primer that I used earlier, I literally like fell back in love with this foundation. Like, I know it's super orange, and that's one thing I kind of don't like about it. It's like red orange, like when you first apply it to your skin, but after you let it sit on your skin and after it like oxidizes, it literally turns the perfect shade for my skin, and I absolutely love it. And it literally does not budge or go anywhere. Like, this foundation is matte. It's going nowhere, and I really like it now. So what you want to do with this foundation is you want to make sure you shake it up real good and kind of like squeeze the tube, because it can get separated kind of easily in there. So I just like to, you know, shake it up a little bit, kind of just squeeze it like that. What I do is I just take some, put it on the back of my hand. Like, probably this is even too much. I don't want to put that much on my hand. But just like that. And as you can see, it looks really orange, because it is. And I kind of just dip my brush in there. Then I just start kind of applying to my face. You see how orange that looks? That's why I just hated it before, because I had the wrong primer that I was using with it. It just was not okay. So I kind of just dab it on there, and it looks like it's the worst color ever. But it will match, I promise. So there's that. It gave me, evened out my skin tone and everything. I do like to bring it down a little bit on my neck here, just so that there's no harsh lines, because that's not cute. So just like that. So perfect. So I like to let that sit in my face for a little bit. So up next, I'm going to take my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in the color Dark 1. And this concealer is from God. Let me tell you. It will remove your dark circles. It will remove everything. Any imperfections that you got, it'll do it. So what I like to do is I just kind of put this under my eyes, because I know this is actually the same shade as my skin color. So, because I don't feel like highlighting today. I just want kind of just like a natural, regular face. So I kind of just apply a little bit under here, kind of like this. Not too much at all. I put some in this inner corner because these inner corners get so dark sometimes. And I like to do one eye at a time just so that my under eyes don't crease. So I apply some like that, and then I take my beauty blender and then I just blend it out under here. Bring it down to the kind of the side of my nose, not on my nose, but like down the side of my nose like that. Just bring it out, blend out that inner corner. Just get rid of any discoloration. You don't want that discoloration under your eye. So it's like that. And then I take my handy dandy trusty Laura Mercier translucent powder. And then I just take, what brush do I usually use? I use this like dome looking brush. It's perfect. It fits right under here. And I just dip it in here. Tap off the excess. Because I'm not going to bake or anything today because it's too drying. Especially during this time of the month whenever it's very cold and the weather's like dry and no, not cute. So you kind of just pack it in there while blending it out. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and I'll be right back. After my concealer's all done, next I'm gonna move on to my eyes because I'm just gonna let this kind of stick onto my face before I do anything else with it. To prime my eyelids today, I'm gonna be using the Painterly Paint Pot, the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and it's just like this pinkish shade right here. And to do that, I just take this other brush by Cosmetics, or is this by Cosmetics? Yeah. I just kind of dip it in there and then I just apply this all over my lid. So then next with this same brush, this dome brush that I was talking about earlier, I'm going to set it, this primer again with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And this is going to make sure that it is going nowhere. Today I'm going to be using this palette. This is the Morphe 35W palette, and I got this maybe 2 months ago, and it comes with all these beautiful shades. This is such an amazing palette, and I just really like it, and I just wanted to use it today. I'm going to go in with this brown, cool tone brown shade right here.
Alrighty, so I'm just going to take that cool tone brown shade right there and I'm going to apply it at the outer corner of my lid starting off. I'm going to slowly work it in towards the middle of my crease. I'm going to avoid the lid part for right now. I'm just going to blend it from my crease and upward just to help blend out that paint pot so there's not a white cast. And this is also our transition color, so this will help any other darker shades that we apply later to help blend out nicely so there's not like a harsh line or anything like that. And everything just looks like a nice gradient effect. And then next, as you see, we're going to go in with a darker shade, this darker brown, and just apply that right beneath this first shade, the cool tone brown shade that we first applied. And we're just going to blend that in also again, and this is again just going to give us a nice gradient effect and make sure all of our colors blend out together perfectly. Alright, gonna go in with this next shade. It's like a purpley browny shade. It looks more purple on the camera, but it does have a lot of browns in it. So again, I'm just gonna apply this with a little bit of a denser brush. This is by NYX Cosmetics. I'm applying that lower than I applied those first two shades. I'm applying it with that brush, and then I'm blending it out with this blending brush right here. And this is just going to help deepen things up and make sure that everything is blended out perfectly. As you'll see in a couple seconds, I'm going to go in with a black shade, and this black shade is going to help blend everything, or it's just going to make everything super dark. So I'm applying it with this little tiny itty bitty brush. I think it's just a Sephora brush, and so I'm applying it with that, and then I'm going in with my blending brush and just blending it in. As you see, I'm just working it into that crease right there and a little bit on my outer corner. I'm not bringing it up high, and I'm not bringing it up or all the way through my lid area. So I'm just applying it right there, and then I'm going to go in with this lid shade here. This lid shade, it was whatever. It wasn't as pigmented or as sparkly as I wanted it to, so you'll see in a couple seconds. I'm going to go in with my Stila palette, and take this light pink shade, and I'm going to apply that right on top of this color that I'm applying here. It's just going to brighten everything up, and it's going to look 1,000 times better. Alright, so I'm just going to go with my blending brush again, blend that all out, make sure everything looks perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and move on to contouring. I'm using my e.l.f. palette here, taking my concealer brush, just applying that right by my cheekbones, blending that with my beauty blender. Then I'm going to go with my e.l.f. brush right here, and I'm going to blend it out further just to diffuse the color so it's not too harsh. Then I'm going to go with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and then I'm going to apply that, put that on my beauty blender, put that underneath my contour just to clean it up. And then also I'm going to apply it to the temples of my forehead to further contour my face a little bit more. And then I'm also going to blend it out with my beauty blender, then the e.l.f. brush also. And then I will sweep away my Laura Mercier translucent powder in a couple of seconds. Here I'm applying my e.l.f. brush from my e.l.f. palette and just taking a couple of those shades, mixing it together, putting it on there. And then off camera I'm going to apply my mascara, and yeah.
Alright, so I put the mascara on my eyes. So now I'm going to highlight my inner corner. And I'm just going to use the same color really that I used for my lid color kind of. And it's just a shimmery pink color right here. And I'm just going to kind of apply it in there. Just because I want it really, really bright. And then just take the rest of it and just kind of apply it to the brow bone highlight. Nothing major. And for my lips, I just want to do something really natural, so I'm just going to keep my chapstick right now. I know usually people like to just like put something on their lips, but for me, I just like just my regular lips like this, so I'm just going to leave it like this for today. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. This is just what I do, not every day. This is just when I'm feeling a little bit extra. So yeah, so if you like this look, make sure to give it a thumbs up, a like, please subscribe, please don't forget to subscribe. I will have another video coming for you very, very soon. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye.